right. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's team meeting. And I wanted to get on because we have so much news to share from the amazing time that we had with our leadership conference in Atlanta, right here in my backyard, here where my kids live. And honestly, um, they, we were like 25, 30 minutes away from them. And so it was very convenient to run down there and be with them um, when they needed us. We could have run home if we needed to, right? And so, wow, wow, wow. First of all, I want to tell you that the most amazing part of the time was being with the other business leaders and sharing and learning and so forth like that. That's always a very good thing. But let me just share that um, I was probably most impressed with Lorianne, who is your new CEO. You're going to absolutely love her. She is um, she is such a strong, sweet, caring, positive woman. And what a treat to have her as our CEO. She's very intelligent. I mean, she doesn't say I'm intelligent. It's just you're around her for a little bit and you're like, wow, that's right. That's a good point. And so there's so many things like that that happened during the couple days. Um, and she's very personable. I hate that I have my glasses on and it don't have my contacts on today because it's like, let's see. Is that better? If I move that, is that better? That was driving me crazy. They were bouncing, the ring light was bouncing around in my glasses. All right. So, in all honesty, I really enjoyed her very, very much. I loved getting to know her and her right hand lady, which is her COO, Chief Operation Officer, and very down to earth, very caring. And she wants you to know um, that she's really adamant about getting things straightened up and organized for us to grow this business. And just a little couple things that happened that I thought were really cute. Um, is she's saying, okay, so you run a campaign, which campaigns are great and sales are great, but you have a brand new product, you bring it out and you run it for 2 weeks, and then you put it away in the warehouse in boxes and you take it, you quit selling it. She's like, nobody does that. No, nobody does that. All right. And she's like, why would you put it away and quit selling it? So, for instance, the popcorn popper, she's like, no, we're not going to quit selling the popcorn popper until there's no popcorn poppers. I'm not going to put it in a storage unit in Hemingway and store it. We're going to sell it. And so the popcorn popper, we have lots and it's here to stay. All right. And so I know, right? That's so exciting. All right. And so, but you're going to see that happen again and again and again, including if you notice today, all kinds of things went up on the website because there's no reason to put them in storage and say nobody can have them now. We're going to get rid of the vault, in other words, and start really selling what we have available to sell. Now, it's not clearance stuff. It's not on the website because we're trying to get rid of it. It's on the website because we have it. It's product that you could be making money on. So why are we not using it and putting it online? Now, it won't be available on a flyer and it won't be available in the catalog because that's a whole nother set of issues, and the printing and the graphic design and all of that stuff, that's a whole nother issue. So if we would have to do it like that for everything, we just couldn't do it. And then we'd have to pay for storage more. And it'd start the domino effect. So what we want to do is you will see more and more stuff added to your website underneath the tab that you saw come up on today as online specials. And that is truly a new way for us to move this product. Not that it's all discounted, but it is available. So how many times have you had somebody say, well, I really want to get that? And you're like, well, it's not in their line right now. Well, you won't have to say that all the time. You'll have to say, let me check. It can be added to a party that the consumer can find it when she's shopping on your website. And we have one more new little tidbit that's going to be really cool when they're able to get it on the website is she said that there are definitely products that we're going to run out of. She doesn't like it. Nobody likes it. But the forecasting is so unbelievably hard for a company like Tupperware with the influence of the sales, and that all of us are influencers. And so the influence of sales up and down, it needs to be um, just okay. You need to understand it's okay. Like, how many times you've been shopping, I don't know, even at Sephora, and they're out of stock of what I wanted. Or if you've been shopping at, I honestly, I was trying to get something at Dillard's and it was out of stock. And I was trying to, I even went over to uh, Sephora to get it. It was out of stock. So I was looking all around for it. I couldn't even get it in the stores local or order it. And it was just a very popular product. So that's going to happen. But what she wants to have happen very soon and very quickly is it'll say out of stock on the website when it's out of stock. But even you and all of your customers can click on it and say that they would like to be informed when it's back in stock. So what a nice perk, right? Yes, I know it's awesome that your customers will be able to do that and still buy it from your website because they clicked from your website that they were interested on whether or not it was available or to be told when it was available. So that being said, plus more, I'm telling you, my head is ready to explode all the excitement. But most importantly was her personality, her genuine care for the party and for the business and for us. I can see why she's been so successful in business. She worked for Coca-Cola here in Atlanta for a long time, like 20 years. And she is the one that brought the polar bear back to Coca-Cola, which was an old campaign that they had 20 years before that she brought back, and some from 19 like 42 or something like that, 46 or something. It was crazy when she said it. And so that was something she brought back and used in their marketing, and it was a huge hit. And then with Spanx, because she really is the one that is credited for taking Spanx to the next level and really having Spanx become more than a night out or a special event, but everyday panties, and she created the power panty. And so that was her marketing genius idea. So she's really excited to make this business Tupperware. Um, and she said, before when she first came over to Tupperware, she was excited about having, another success story. But after meeting all of us, she said it's just taken a whole new face lift on her emotional attachment to making this work. That's meeting us and seeing us and realizing what wonderful people that Tupperware has in it. And she says, I knew that from so many other locations I've already been to in the world, but it's just so real again every time I see it. So my mission is to make this work. The party is the most important, and we won't lose our omni channels, but we're going to do them differently, and you'll see that evolve. And so, which is a really cool thing, because we want to make sure that we're help growing the business, but not taking away from the sales force and the party. And so, good news all around. She just is very special. And okay, so you all know how much animal lover I am, and I was supposed to sit on our table on Tuesday evening. I have a special invitation to sit at her table as a guest. And unfortunately, during the day, she got on stage and she said, I know I'm not myself right now. I'm really sorry. But my 13-year-old dog died that day. And he died during the night in the kennel. And so she was very upset. And so she cried when she talked about it. And she won everybody's heart in that room that loves animals, because if you've ever had an animal die that you love, you know what it's like, and it's tearjerker. So she decided to go home early. So unfortunately, I didn't get to sit with her, but it was still an honor to be invited. And Champion, I'm so proud of you because you rocked. I mean, you owned the stage. Can I just share that with you? We were number one in total leadership development. That is for the year of 2023. That is humongous. Number one in volume, in growth, in total leadership development in 2023. We were number three in the entire country in total volume sales. We were number three in the entire country in total promoting. And we were number 4 in total recruiting, which I didn't like that 4. I'll be honest with you. I was wanting the 3 again, but it was very, very exciting to be represent and to be there for, honestly, for you. We were so proud of you and so proud of our growth and so proud of where we're going to go. So, that being said, I will tell you, we have this really cool new product that they released to us. It is the new water jug. It is so pretty. I put water in it so you could see it. And you could, I was afraid I'd have to put food coloring in it, but I think you can see it just fine, can't you? Isn't this cool? So during the day, you start at 8 o'clock in the morning with it filled to the top, filled to the brim. It holds 60 ounces. And as you drink it during the day, it's, you know how we love to have a challenge. We love goals, right? Here's your goal with your little thermometer guide on it. And so we have our water that we can drink all day and make sure that we get all our water. It's so much bigger in person. It's huge. Okay. It is huge. Let me see. What can I hold up next to? Oh, I'll put my phone next to it so you can see how big it is. There you go. Look how big. Okay. It is huge. It's like two and a half phones practically. So how fun is that? Well, we've got a little extra thing going on. We decided to have fun with this. And so we are going to put you in teams. So your teams are, oh, let me see if I can find that piece of paper. So your teams, you're obviously par excellence and all of those teams is the most important team that you have here. Wait, what did I do with my team list? Oh no. You know what?
I can read it for you, Pam. I can find it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Give me just one second.
Oh, I could go there and read it, couldn't I? I put it on the Slack,
You
right?
put it on Slack. Yeah, that's where I was pulling it up from. Do you want me to read it or you got it? I can tell you guys the most important team is actually Team Jim.
Buddy uppy.
Team Pam. Team Pam. All the way.
So are you Team Pam or Team Jim? Here's your meme. All right. So you got, if you're Team Pam, you're the winning team. If you're Team Jim, you're the losing team. Okay, so maybe that's a little stretch. We don't know yet, right? And so what we're doing is who will have the most people qualify. And so if you qualify to get your water bottle for only $5, then you are helping your team, Team Pam or Team Jim, win. And that is bragging rights. And so Team Pam is ready. Pam, my personal team, the PC Champs. Bonnie's team, Flat Out Fun. And then we also have on this team, Loretta's Rainbows, Nikki, Butterfly Checkers, Sarah Weaver. I can't remember the name of her team right now. I shouldn't have started reading team names. And so honestly, what we did is we took the total active in January and we used those numbers to make the teams very, very even. In fact, Pam's team, if we take all the total active, we have 176. And if we take Jim's team and the total active, we have 178. I gave him a little bit of an advantage because he's a loser. All right. So
Yeah, baby.
I feel bad for him. This is so silly. Okay, so on Jim's team, we have Alan Lewis in par excellence. Yay! We have Jessica Gordon with Extreme Team, and we have Manel Franklin with Tupper Bears. All right, and we have Amy Gardner with Dream Catchers. All right, and we also have Pat Farley. And Pat Farley's team name is
Team Prosperity.
Oh yeah, I love that name. Team Prosperity. Way to go. All right. So that's 178 from January. So we need to have 178 active this week. Earn this. Yes. 176 from champion, the Pam's team. All right.
No, from Jim's team. Jim's team.
All right, so put in the chat, are you Team Pam or Team Jim? You heard the teams come out. Let us know who's on the chat. Who's on? We'll take it. See, that will be fun. We'll be able to see if on who got to hear it first. All right. All right. So put in the chat, Team Pam or Team Jim. All right. And then we're going to have one more little perk on this. And if your team wins, Team Pam or Team Jim, the winning team, we're going to have 10 of these beautiful big bags. Look how big. This thing's huge. Beautiful big bags that we're going to give away. And it's going to be a drawing amongst those who qualified at the $250 value. This is also lined on the inside vinyl. And so you could put, you could use it as a party bag or anything like that, because, or a pool bag or a beach bag, because you got black vinyl and a pocket in there, a little zipper pocket. So how cool is that, guys? It's very large. All right. And look, it matches. See, how fun is that? So cool. Like I planned it. I did. All right. All right. That is exciting. Now we want to, I am losing, I've lost my paper.
I literally said that to you this afternoon. She goes, I'm going to write it down because I'm going to forget. I said, that's great until you lose the paper.
I did lose the paper. Okay. Let me just.
You need to do recognition.
I know. This is crazy. Found the paper.
See, she's a real person just like the rest of us. She loses.
Yes, I am in this gorgeous bedroom. This is my son's wife's, my daughter-in-law's office. And that is a couch behind there that folds out to a bed. But it's so pretty in here. It's huge. It's very large. All right. So I found my paper. All right. So don't need that page. I did not find my paper. So see, I'm so normal, right? All right. I did find a paper, but that's not the one I needed. All right. And so, oh, that's it right there. It was right there in front of me the whole time. You're like, oh my God, you have not changed at all. All right. So guys, bottom line, I just wanted to tell you, just chop on here real quick and just let you know that I am really excited. I'm so happy to be working with Lorianne and Samantha. And you should follow Lorianne. She doesn't post a lot on Facebook, but she does post a little bit. And some of her stuff's kind of old, but it's kind of does show you her personality. And I didn't see Samantha on Facebook, but if I find her, I'll let you know. Because we got to keep up with them, right? But in all fairness, it just feels so good to have somebody of that tender, strong power in leadership. All right. And so, my mom always told me when you're soft power, she always referred to it as, and I love soft power. And when you're kind, you can be strong. And that's what she reminded me of. She was just very, in our talks when she was up on stage with Peter, and when she addressed the business leaders, I can't wait for you to meet her, because you're going to be very impressed. So that being said, we want to turn it over to Ellen for a little bit, and then we'll come back to me for recognition.
If you would like.
Take it away.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Hey, Jenny, do you want to do a drawing? Do you want to do a drawing real quick? Yeah. You need to unmute, babe. Oh, you're gonna go over there. Okay. Are you wait. Awesome. And I'm going to spotlight her over here in the kitchen so you can see that beautiful bowl set. Look at that. All right. I love it. All right. Wait, now she's moving. Okay. I'm following you, Jenny.
Can you see me through the bowls?
We can see you.
Okay, I found my paper though. That was also an issue. Okay, so we can do a drawing. Do you want to do, let's do Share the Shine, because there was a lot of those. And last week I said there wasn't very many, so you guys got way better. All right, here we go. Share the Shine drawing, and it is
Gina Arnold.
Gina Arnold.
Congrats, curly hair Gina Arnold. Do you want to do one more and then you want to talk to us about those bowls?
Okay. We can do, oh, let's do the one for the people that already did the pictures of the cast iron skillet and what they made in it.
Awesome.
Some of you don't have it yet, and that's okay because it's coming if you earned it, or you still have to redeem your coupon. But if you go on there and look at these pictures, some of this food looks amazing. I kind of want to go to everybody's house for dinner, but I just got mine the other day, and it's super easy to use, and it's very nice. You can get a lot of food in there. So let's do this one. A lot of pictures on there, and this is
Darlene Bacon.
Darlene Bacon.
Darlene, woohoo. Awesome. Congrats to our winners. All right, Jenny, you want to tell us a little bit about what you got in front of you? It's so
A
pretty.
little bit, because these samples are open, and we just wanted to show you like what they look like in real life. These are not up on anything but the counter, and this bowl tower is huge. Even Louis likes it, okay? And I wrote down the names of the bowl colors, which are kind of fun, because people will ask. They just will. They'll be like, what color is that? And you can go, well, it's green. But you can say things like, well, this is Olivia, okay? So I want you to meet Olivia. This is Olivia. Now, this thing you need to know about Olivia is if you say you have a party and you hold it, Olivia is a free gift for you, okay? Not only do you get it in the tower, but you get an extra one. And then we have, okay, then they did some food. So they did basil and celery, which makes a lot of sense because those are the colors. And then we did, I love these, Sweet Morning, Cozy Rosie, and Maple. Now, this set of bowls, you guys can get as a sample. And why do you want to do that? Okay, these tumblers, which people love. These are the tumblers with the skinnier bottoms and the wider tops. All right, comes in 3 sizes. So 8 ounce, 12 ounce, and I wrote that down. Yeah, 8 ounce, 12 ounce, and 18 ounce. It's not 16, it's 18. So you get the tumblers and you get the bowls. And why do you want to do that? Because you're thinking, I don't need all that. Or maybe, whatever, but summer's coming, but for real, you need to get those samples, because if you can show these at your party instead of just pictures, even if you're just going live on, some social media, it says so much more than just the pictures. And the pictures are beautiful. They did beautiful pictures. But the other thing you can do, okay, there's 16 glasses here and all these bowls. If you don't have a party yet for March, or or you don't have as many parties as you'd like to have, you can have your own party in your own home, depending on where you live, in your backyard, on the deck, maybe on the porch. Look at all the people you can serve in this. And when people touch it and when they see it, they want it. So you have enough stuff here that you can have your own party, and people will book parties from your party. This is also a host set for March. So they can buy it for $75, but they can get it for 75 host credits. So they can get it free. And there's extra bowls too. They can buy the little set of, what was this? We had Olivia, and then we had, I love these. Oh, basil. They can get 2 of the basil bowls. They can buy those. So you could get this for free. You get an extra one of these for free. And then you can get 2 of these for 19. So you could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bowls, seriously, for $19 if you host the party and you use your host credits for this. That's an amazing set. And they're beautiful. So just wanted to show them to you in person. And I love these tumblers too, because they match the bowls. It's just a very pretty set, and it just kind of screams spring and summer. So if you haven't got your samples yet, get on there and get them, and host your own party. Get a second set, because that's always fun too. So, okay, who are we going back to now?
Awesome. All right, we're going to take it back to Pam.
Okay. And so I have some news for you. I would like to talk to all of the leaders at when the event is over tonight. So 9:15 or whenever that is. I would love to do another Zoom with you guys. And so we'll invite all of the rest of the company to get off, but the leaders to stay on, that manager, star manager, executive manager, directors to stay on for another 15-minute call with me, please. And if you cannot do that, that's okay. I will probably either call you directly or message you. But I have some really big news to share with you that is for leaders only. And also for everybody here, I want to share with you that Tupperware is going to discontinue the $25 kit as of tomorrow at noon. And they are going to bring back the $15 virtual opportunity. And so just so you know that that's happening tomorrow. And there is going to be a really cool program called Trailblazer that new recruits can opt into to help them grow this business. And these are for serious people, not for people that are coming in for a discount or anything like that, but for those ones that are serious, Tupperware is going to offer them a Trailblazer campaign that they can be part of for getting communication directly from Tupperware regularly on growing their business and picking a path that they'd like to go in the business. Should they pick a particular path, they'll get demo and ideas on that path. So it's just a new program that's coming out that Tupperware is starting. I will tell you one thing about Lori is she's making things happen very fast, and she is making a lot of movement quickly in the business. And so this is something that a campaign that she's come up with, and it's all about our leaderships. And so managers and hiring need to be on there. And so that being said, let's find out who our superstars are. And so I want to share my screens.
Hey Pam, so really quick, I just want to say amen. I'm super excited about like them taking such quick action on things. I don't know if anybody looked at their personal websites, but like I all week long I've had to keep connecting orders to my parties. They just weren't connecting. They had the right link. I triple checked everything. And starting today, because when you go on the personal website, it's like, is this your consultant? Is this who you're shopping with? Are you with a party? Want to find your party? And you click a button and you see the party and you click the party you're with. Like, it's amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes. And I will tell you that in the future, you will see party up recognition happening again. And it'll be a report that's generated right off of your parties that you have registered coming up and any parties that you have open. And so please, if you have parties coming up, go ahead and get on there. So when the parties up recognition and the report starts showing that we look good, so that we want to make sure that we have all of our parties up in there. And congratulations, Top and Personal Sales, Amy Gibson, Debbie Crossgrove, Ellen Lewis, and Wilma Miller, and Shirley Thompson, yay, with $841. Yay, Christina Ferguson, Robin Vanderwagen, over 1,000. Congratulations. Nikki Micah, 1,061. Loretta DeSenza Tiber, 3,351. And Bonnie Alexander, 3,900. Way to go. Woohoo. Congratulations, unit sellers, Candace Kelsey, Michelle Ringel. Then we also have number 8, Diane Smith. Way to go, Diane, new manager. And Dawn Jameson. Number 6, Jennifer Cheatham. Number 5, Carrie Rubicki. Number 4, Lisa Shea. Lisa Shea, do we have a baby yet? And we do have a baby. This is not out. It's in. Pam Green, congratulations, 2,000. Debbie Morris, 2,000. And Christy Jackson, 3,831. Congratulations. All right. Now we have Team Sales, Sarah Weaver, Manel Franklin. Congratulations. Nikki Micah and Pat Fraley. Jessica Gordon at 3,700, Pam Clift at 5,300, 5,600, Ellen Lewis, Loretta DeSenza Tiber at 6,000, and number 2, Amy Gardner at 6,100, and Bonnie Alexander, 7,229. Congratulations. Org Sales, congratulations to Loretta at 7,000, Amy Gardner at 9,000, Bonnie Alexander at 10,000, and Ellen Lewis at 18,000. Way to go. All right. And then we have recruiting, personal recruiting. We have Kathy Rockwood. Congratulations, Jessica Gordon and Pat Fraley with 1, Rena Bickley with 1, Loretta DeSenza Tiber with 1, and Manel Franklin with 5. Woohoo! Way to go. Unit recruiting. Congratulations. We have 2 with Kathy Rockwood, Rena Bickley with 1. I'm sorry. Kathy Rockwood was number 2. but she had one. All right. And team recruiting, congratulations, Jessica Gordon with 1, Loretta DeCenzo Tiber's team with 1, Bonnie Alexander's team with 1, Pat Fraley's team with 2, and Manel Franklin's team with 5. And now we have org recruiting. Congratulations, Loretta. Ellen Lewis with 3, number 2, Loretta, and with 1, and Ellen Lewis is number 3 with 1. Loretta is number 2 with 1. And Bonnie Alexander, number 1 with 3. All right. Congratulations, Bonnie. All right. Thank you so much. And you know what? Who just walked in? Team Jim is here. Team Jim, come over
Yeah,
here.
Jim, we got this. Woo! Team Jim, all the way.
Team Jim. Team Pam, yay.
We got this, Jim. We got you.
To me. All right, Jim. Tell them a little bit about Lorianne. What did you think?
Oh, she's cool. Yeah, definitely. A power woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Most definitely. Yes. Yes. And she identified Pam as ponytail with a blue coat from the stage.
She had not met me yet. She calls me out and says, over there, the ponytail with the blue jacket. And everybody starts laughing. So they called me that, the ponytail with the blue jacket.
Right.
All right. So tell me, Jim, what you thought about the whole leadership conference as a whole.
Oh, it was great. It was just like old Tupperware. It wasn't, it wasn't what we had been dealing with the last couple of years, but it was definitely a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. Very, very, a lot of old school Tupperware people very much involved. The feeling is back. It was, the way they treated us and took care of us, and it was something we haven't seen in a couple of years. So it was really nice.
Got that Tupper feeling.
Yes,
let me tell
most
you.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy. And I'm sorry your team is not going to win.
It's going to win. Don't even go there, Pam. Don't even go there.
Team Pam, Team Pam, Team Pam.
Jim.
Yes.
Pam.
Yes.
No. Sorry,
Get
guys.
out of here.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And I will see all the leaders as soon as we're done tonight. I'll be ready to jump on and work with the leaders. I have good news for you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Before you leave?
What?
You have just a second before you leave?
Yes.
Okay, because we have the samples drawing, and since we're giving away your money, it seems fair that you should get to announce who it is.
Okay, let's give away my money.
All right. So we had 57 people.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So here we go. And
Debbie
Cosgrove.
Debbie, all right, Debbie, congratulations. So Debbie, you have to send me a picture of your printout off of your website and show us what the volume was of of all of your samples that you bought. And honestly, it is your samples, any samples, not business supplies or anything like that, but all your samples that you bought off of the new sample sheet. Okay. Thank you and congratulations, Debbie Crossgrove. All right. Thank you. And take it away, Ellen. I can't wait to hear what's next.
Awesome. All right. So next, we are doing a fun little panel for you about some of the directors' experiences with recruiting. So we thought that would be kind of fun because I think sometimes people see us in the recognition and they're just like, oh, recruiting comes so easy to them. And so we want to share with you some of our experiences over the years when it comes to recruiting. So I'm going to bring Jenny on here, and Jenny is actually going to be our MC, and she is going to be asking the panel of directors some fun questions. So this is the real lives of recruiting champions. All right. So on our panel, we have, I'm looking for everybody. Wave your hands around if you know who I'm looking for. All right, we have Bonnie. Bonnie is here. We have, I saw her. Where did she go? There she is, Pat. We got Pat. I'm bringing you on, Pat. All right, add to the spotlight. And we also have my gallery, Manel. I see Manel. There we go. Add to the spotlight. Who am I missing? Am I missing? All right. Awesome. Okay, so take it away, Jenny.
This is going to be fun because I get to ask whoever I want to, whenever I want to. So pay attention, guys. All right, our first question is, why did you start recruiting? Manel, you had 5 recruits. Why did you start recruiting? You're muted.
She's like, Greg, unmute me.
Been there, done that.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome. So originally I started recruiting because I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what I was doing, but I continue to recruit to continue to build my team and to continue to build leaders and all that. But in the beginning, I had no clue, guys. I had no clue. This was like, I do it on purpose now, but back then it was all an accident. Sometimes you just meet people and, so that's pretty much how it went in the beginning. And for a long time, I had no clue what I was doing until I thought, oh my gosh, you can make more money. You can do all this extra stuff. Maybe I should take this a little bit more serious. And then that's when the magic happened. So that's pretty much how it is. But in order for the magic to happen, you have to fall a lot of times, because I think sometimes when you look at somebody that's been around for a while, you're thinking, oh, it comes easy to them. Not always. You're going to hear 100 no's before you get a yes, and you're going to fall until you reach your goal, and that's okay, but just keep trying. At the end of the day, just keep trying. So, next.
Hey, Pat, why did you start recruiting?
Well, I tell you, this whole thing blew up. I mean, this whole Tupperware thing just blew up. And the first time I recruited was a young lady named Brittany, and she had a party and she earned, if I remember right around $50. Well, she's flipping out over this $50, and it hit me. It's like, this is a little more than just a team. This is a little more than just a bit building my business. This is helping people. And that's when it bit me. It was like, oh yeah, let's go. Bonnie, do you remember the lady up north that saved her house out of foreclosure with Tupperware? That kind of stuff. That just lights a fire under your butt cheeks big time. And it's just really, really cool to see what this business can do for other people. It's really neat.
All right, I've never quite heard that expression before, but I sort of like it and I might use it.
I said butt cheeks on the Tupperware thing. Yeah. Oh, good one, Pat. Good one.
It's okay. It's only recorded and we're only going to put it on YouTube. It'll be fine. So, Bonnie, why did you start recruiting?
For the money. When we rolled into Breakthrough, I automatically came through as a manager, and Stephanie Price, who is on here tonight, I think, can tell you, she became my immediate manager and said, you got to recruit. And as Gary says, you do it for the money. Do it for the money. I was doing it for the fun and the gifts. Do it for the money.
All right, or to you, Ellen, why did you start recruiting?
I started recruiting because Pam Cliff told me so. That's what it boils down to. She was like, if that's, doing parties is really great, Ellen, and you can make some really great money. Like, you can make good money doing parties, but to get to 6 figures, to get to where you want to go in the business, the money you want to make, you have to recruit, you have to build a team. And I was like, okay.
So I started recruiting because I went to a rally and someone was telling me about becoming a manager, which I knew nothing about Tupperware whenever I joined Tupperware, except that I wanted to step in the kit. And she said to me, after a slight conversation where I told her I didn't like direct sales, that I really didn't think that this was anything for me. She said, well, I hope you stick around long enough to find out you're wrong. And if you come back next month as a manager, I will give you a piece of cookware. Now, I didn't even know what I had to do to be a manager, but when I found out I had to recruit 3 people and have $3,000, I think it was $2,000 at the time, or $2,500. I made that my mission for the next month because I wanted the cookware. She knew. I wasn't interested in direct sales, but I liked stuff. So.
And you didn't even know that lady's name. She was the lady in the blue jacket with a ponytail, right?
Okay, yeah, except that she probably had on black that day, but yeah.
Really did.
Yeah, I also went home and told my husband that I had joined a business where Ken and Barbie were in charge. Okay, so Pat's first recruit was Brittany. Bonnie, do you remember your first recruit?
No, but I remember the first person who asked me, and it was after her party was over, and we were following up with a phone call, and she asked me about selling Tupperware, and I totally was unprepared, had no idea what to say, didn't know what to give her, told her I would follow up, and I never did. And I still feel guilty all these years later. I didn't know what to do or say, so I did nothing.
Okay, we've probably all been there and done that too. So Manel, who was your first recruit?
My first recruit was my girlfriend, who was a co-teacher with me, who at the time I don't know, I kind of fell into the managership opportunity. So her name was Amy, and that was my first recruit. So I said, you know what, girl, if I'm going to do this, I need you to help me because I have no clue what we are getting into, but it's going to be a ride. And so that was my first recruit, and I will be thankful for her because she really pushed me. She told me, like, you can do it. She had sold Tupperware years prior, and she had a little bit of experience, so that was good for me because I had no clue what I was getting into, and some days still faking it till you make it. so that was fun.
Ellen, who did Pam tell you to recruit?
Pam helped me recruiters, my friend Deneen, and Pam knew her from working shows and things like that. She sold beauty control and beauty control closed. And so then she signed on with Tupperware and never did anything and actually ghosted me, which I was like, she was my friend. And I was like, what? It was the weirdest thing. And then next thing I know, she was selling purses that she had to like go to a warehouse and load up the back of her car. I was like, girl, that's so much work. I was like, you're crazy. We talk now, but yeah, she totally ghosted me. I was like, oh, great. That was awesome. Fun.
So my first recruit, we're going back to that cookware now. My first recruit was a friend that was on what we lovingly refer to as our dirt list, which is people that would help you if you were selling dirt, right? And she was a friend of mine. I knew if I asked her, and I explained to her that I was going to get this cookware and I would fix her something to eat if I got the cookware. She also had 6 sisters, so I figured I could maybe hit the mother load with their family if I worked it right. But I told her what we were doing, and she was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So that was fun. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. Pat, I'm loving this. What were some of the silly things you said when you first started recruiting?
Oh gosh. Well, it'd probably be easier if I just told you what were some of the more serious things that I said, because, recruiting is fun. If it's not fun, then, why bother? If it's not fun, if it doesn't enhance your team, if it doesn't help you and others, why bother? So you're gonna say silly things. You're gonna say weird stuff. You're gonna say things wrong. You're going to screw up. I always tell my team, and Bonnie, I know you know this, if you don't screw up at a Tupperware party at least once, you're not doing it right. So, so I said some pretty weird things. I did the bribes. I'm pretty sure that's how Brittany, my first one, I think I bribed her. Um, I don't know. I just kind of wing it when I do things, and I can't remember any any serious things that I've said.
All right then.
Recruiting. Sorry.
Manel, say anything silly whenever you were recruiting, Manel?
I'm sure I did. I just don't remember anything really silly. I do know in the beginning, I was so nervous to talk about the business. I was just like, not that I didn't see, I just didn't think people could really make money until I myself made money in the business. And then I felt I could share it from my heart more and it would be more sincere. So it took me a little while to get that. So it wasn't really silly. I just didn't have as much passion as I do today because now I know what it can do for you. So that's pretty much it. Things change, as you have the experience, but like I told you, I fell down a lot of times before I got there and continue to. So, okay.
Bonnie, what did you say that was silly?
Do you want to sell Tupperware? Do you want to do it with me?
Oh. Sure.
Have you? Oh, that sounded bad. Do you remember pouncing on people?
Oh,
Okay, that made it worse. You know when someone walks into your booth and you are just over the top excited, you're like, and you don't even, you just dive right in and you don't even think before you speak. See, I did it tonight. You just say stupid stuff. It's okay. Next.
So, that's part of me have butt cheeks on fire, and you want to do it. I am loving this, Ellen.
I'm with Bonnie. I definitely did some like verbal vomiting on people in the beginning, and it was just like I just like told them so much because I was like so excited, and then I'd see their eyes kind of glaze over, and I'm like, I would talk them into the business, and I'd talk them right back out, and I was like, shoot. But I would say, and I can't believe I'm gonna admit this. So I would say one of the weirdest things that I did, and as I was driving home, I was like, what was that? I was at a party and there was this woman and she kept asking me these questions. And I was like, can we have a conversation? And she was like, she's like, sure. But there were all these people around us and they were kind of like listening and it got really awkward. So to take the awkwardness away, I made it even more awkward. And I was like, okay, let's just pretend there's a curtain around. And then I started this conversation and she's looking at me like, this lady's crap. And then I was like, oh my God, what am I doing right now? And then like, yeah, she didn't join the team and she may have blocked my number probably. I mean, I would. So weird. I'm sitting here, like, as you're asking this question, I'm like, I didn't say anything silly. I did some verbal vomiting, but not really silly. And I was like, oh, the shower curtain thing. I was like, oh shit.
I'm not sure if it's silly or just downright stupid, but like I was told that when you had a party that your host, you should always recruit the host, which was great, right? And so the first party that I did, well, not the first one, that was my daughter, but the first real party I did, the host wanted to recruit. So I got all of her information stuff because it was different then. You didn't just put it in the computer, you got the information, everything. And another lady there said, hey, I might want to do this with her. And I said, no, I'm supposed to recruit the host. You have to have your own party.
She's like, I must follow instructions.
oh my.
Oh my gosh.
If we can do this, anyone can do this.
Oh,
Recruit the host, but if the other 9 people at the party would also like to play with you, please go ahead.
Or just tell them they have to have a party in order for you to recruit them. So then at least you get some.
But if you recruit them, then they can have the party. It's all a circle. It's great. So,
It is.
all right. Oh, I love this one too. Let's start with, who have I not started with? Let's see, Ellen, Hannah, Bonnie. Did I start with you yet? Doesn't matter. What are some of the craziest excuses you've had from people of why they can't do the business?
Oh, that's a hard one because it's always intriguing when you talk to people, and now with all the messaging and texting, it's like Ellen said, they just ghost you and ignore you and it goes away. When you're talking to them in person though, I got a lot of, I have to ask my husband. And after you've had a conversation with a lot, now that is sometimes true. And I'm not saying you shouldn't talk over decisions with your spouse. I'm not saying that at all. But I have seen people who totally, they don't ask anybody anything. And then they're like, oh, I have to ask my husband.
Okay. But now, what excuses have you gotten? Because when you recruit that many people, you get a lot of people that have excuses.
oh yeah, I've heard a lot. I've also gotten the husband excuse. I have to talk it over with my mother. I have to, pray about it, which that's okay. That's a good thing. It just, every kind of excuse in the book. But you know what? The more people you ask, the more excuses you're gonna get, to be honest. That's a fact. But yeah, now it's a little bit it's even crazier because of technology and stuff. They do ghost you and they do not answer you, and you know, and just all kinds of excuses. But who's really gonna work with you and who's not once you get to know them. Because I always try to get to know the people. I mean, sometimes you don't know them if you meet them in a booth, like we did last weekend at the IX Center here in Cleveland. But other times, if you're at a party, maybe you build a relationship with that person. Once you get to know them, you find out a little bit more. So I always try to build a relationship with that person, whether they're my recruit or the team's recruit. That I feel that's really important, because once you get that, and then you find out their why, and whether they want to get in for a discount, they want to remodel their kitchen, whatever the reason is. So that's really important. So the excuses, yeah, definitely we can do that, but we can work with those excuses, definitely.
Okay, Ellen, weird excuses.
Oh, I remember one time this lady was like, she said she needed to pray on it. Totally fine with that, right? And then when I followed up with her, she's like, well, I'm still praying. I followed up with her another 6 months. I'm still praying. I followed up with her another 6 months. She's like, I'm still praying. And I'm like, I don't really know what to say to this at this point. And then, but I did the weirdest was somebody told me that they just got a gerbil. So they couldn't tell Tupperware right now.
What?
A gerbil. And I was like, are gerbils that I made? I just have no idea. Never had a rodents. Like, I don't know. Like, but she was like, I really can't right now because we just got this gerbil. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even know how to combat that. Like, I was like, thinking in hindsight out of the situation, what I probably could have said was, I heard gerbils can be a little costly, with all the food and all the things, and maybe that, I don't know. I mean, where do you go with that? I got a gerbil. I don't know.
I would never survived that one. Okay, Pat, you're up.
What
Top that.
one of my favorites is multi-level marketing is from the devil. The whole, MLM, multi-level, and so you just say, where do you work? I work at Walmart. Do you have a manager? Yeah. Does your manager make more than you? Well, yeah. But multi-level marketing is from the devil. That's the craziest ones I get. Yeah.
People don't necessarily understand what multi-level marketing is. I had a lady one time, she had 2 kids and her husband, and she informed me that while she would love to be part of my team and do Tupperware, she really couldn't at this time because her kids might get sick. And I mean, that's literally what she said. She said, I really don't feel like I can do this. My kids might get sick.
From the Tupperware.
No, just they might get sick. Like she might have to be able to be involved because her children might get sick. And I was like, well, they might not.
And I might get a flat tire on the way home, but
So yeah, say fun things. All right, this is the last one. So we'll start with Ellen because she hasn't started yet. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned about recruiting?
oh my gosh. I would say the most valuable lesson is truly like, don't judge a book by its cover, because I tell you what, there are plenty of people that I recruit in this business that I'm like, that's my next director. And they don't do anything. And that's and that's okay, because things shift between these conversations and stuff. But then there are times I recruit somebody and I never think, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. But I truly I recruit somebody. I have no idea. I don't really know them that well. Sometimes maybe they just signed up on my website, right? I have no idea. And they become somebody I'm like super close with. Like we formed this like great relationship that we still have, and it's just like, I think that's the coolest thing about recruiting. And I remember in my first year in the business, I was so excited and I was so on fire. The fact that I could come into this business and make something from nothing. Like I had nothing. I didn't have a team. I didn't have customers. I didn't have any of that stuff. I was starting from scratch, and I could come in and I could make this level of money. I mean, I was making a couple $1,000s a month pretty quickly. And I was like, what in the world? I was like, everybody needs to know about this. And I was like ignorance on fire. I would like, I just said stuff and I was just like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's go. I don't know, and it just like, and I think the coolest thing is just those people that you meet along the way. And it just like, it's just amazing. I remember thinking, I would meet somebody and I would have that instant click with them. And I'm like, oh, I want them on my team so bad, because that's the deepest connection I can have with somebody outside of a family member. That's the deepest connection, because people, when they're working together towards a common goal, that is like a huge game-changing connection and relationship that you have when you're working together with somebody towards a common goal. And I just think it's the coolest thing. So that is definitely something that I've learned through recruiting.
Okay, Manette.
One of the biggest things I've learned over the years is not to is to listen better, and to just listen to them, because sometimes you can throw up Tupperware on them. You can give too much information and that can scare people. So you just need to listen and then to answer. Your job is to give the information and then let them make the educated decision. Whether it's a party or whatever we do in this business, and especially comes true with recruiting, you give the facts and let them decide. And the other thing is, let it be on their time. Maybe you want them today, but it's not the right timing for them. So I've learned that too. And so then the key is to follow up with those people, whenever it is. Because if they come in now and they're not ready, it's not going to help you. Yeah, maybe for a gift or something, but in the long term, you want to build that relationship again, back to that. So those are the really important things I feel when you're recruiting, and for whatever your reason is for recruiting. I like to recruit just because I'm passionate about this business, but and I hope you are too. But those are the main two things. Just don't give too much, because that can really scare people. And once you do get them on your team, then you get to know those people and build those solid relationships, like Ellen was saying. Because like she said, you never know who's going to be your next superstar, for sure.
Okay, Pat, now you have a lesson.
Well, the old saying that you join Tupperware for the money and you stay for the people. And I gotta mirror Ellen. It's the people. When I joined Tupperware, I told Bonnie I was only going to do it for 4 months. I was going to go from August to Christmas, and I was going to quit at Christmas. And Christmas time came around, and I had all these friends that I just loved. I mean, loved, new, good, close friends, and there was absolutely no way, no way I could leave them. And that was the lesson that I learned at Christmas time. It was like, I can't leave these people. They're wonderful. Why would I even consider that? So you join for the money, but you stay for the people.
Okay, Bonnie.
I have to say that one of the biggest lessons that I learned, kind of the hard way, of course, at the party, when you're in person, especially, anytime when you're checking out at the end, right? And you're talking to everyone, and you have at least those 3 questions you're talking to everybody about. Did you have a good time tonight? Have you ever thought of doing something like Tupperware? Were you interested in getting a few friends together to have your own, free Tupperware bash? As I was going through that at a party, there was one lady that I skipped asking if she had ever thought of doing something like Tupperware. Was she interested in joining us? And I didn't ask her that question. And she sat there and she knew that I had asked the people before her and the people after her. And she said, well, why didn't you ask me? Ouch. And, it was someone who, sometimes no, right? And so you lose a little confidence, or you don't think, oh, she is never going to want to sell Tupperware. I'm not even going to waste my breath, right? So I totally skipped her. And the lesson is, don't skip. Ask everybody. Don't prejudge. You never know. Do not let someone call you out on, well, why didn't you ask me?
Okay. I think mine is, it's like a lot of things, like everybody's put together, it's the people and the listening. And I think it's really important I have learned to realize that not everybody wants to do Tupperware for the same reason I do. And if I don't listen and find out what it is they want to do, we've talked about this before. If I'm all gung ho about a trip and it's somebody that doesn't like to travel, they don't care about the trips, But if it's somebody that wants to stay home with their kids, then that's what we need to talk about, or things like that. If they need the extra money, just to listen to what they want. And that's a good way to recruit too, is to find out what they need first before you start telling them all the things that they might not even care about. They might care about it later, but they might not care about it when you're first talking to them. All right, guys, this has been fun. Thank you so much. I have no idea what's coming next, but that's on Ellen's plate. So on Ellen's piece of paper, and she knows where it's at.
I do know where it's at. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Whoops.
Hey, you guys, I do want to say though that first of all, thank you. But that mom that was scared the kids would get sick, Sam got sick every time I left. Every single time. Every time he'd throw up, every single time. Every time. So sometimes they be telling the truth.
He loved you. He didn't want to see you leave.
Yeah. I have one like that. He never wants me to leave. He's always like, we were in the car the other day and I was talking about doing something. He goes, no, I don't think you should. I'm like, I wasn't asking you. But thanks. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. Okay, so Bonnie is going to do a training for us, but she's actually going to do it tomorrow. She's going to go live in the Champion Team page to do her training. So you'll be able to catch that. It's not a super long training. I think she said it's maybe about 10-15 minutes, but it's about how to talk to somebody. It's about, because there is a formula. And before, in the beginning, right? In the beginning, I needed a formula. I needed a piece of paper. I needed notes so that I knew what it was I was saying and I didn't leave anything out. And there's nothing wrong with that. And now it's even better because a lot of times we're not necessarily face to face when we're doing this. So you can have a piece of paper in front of you and be reading off of it, right? So she's going to be sharing with us about that. And it's the form message. And so she's going to be talking to us about that tomorrow. So she's going to go live in the Champion Team page for us. So definitely make sure to check back and catch that. Yeah, that is going to be a really good training. Loretta sometimes does that training. I've never heard Bonnie's version, so I'm interested to hear Bonnie's version. I'm sure it's just as good because the two of them are like peas and pot. And they probably learned it from the same person. Pretty much. So awesome. So let's do some drawings real quick, Jenny. We will get that done. So when Pam's ready to come on, we're ready for her.
Okay. So we have the parties up drawing, and you guys keep putting those on that same post. We are now into March. So if you have parties in February or the first week of March, make sure you're putting those in there so you can get in the drawing. And there's a lot of people in these drawings, which is great. And you get your name in every time for every party you have up. So like if you have 4 parties, your name's in here 4 times. And the lucky winner is Robin Vanderwagen. Oh, I have this virtual background on. You can't see any. There it is, right there. I'm going right in front of me. All right, and we had the ahas from last week's team night, which are Teresa Lucart.
Yay!
All right, and now we're at Jessica.
Oh, Jessica. Do we have any guests on tonight, Jessica?
Yes, we do. We have a guest. Her name is Cindy, first time guest, new champion too, with Arena. So welcome.
Oh, I guess
welcome,
the winner.
There you go. Okay, so real quick, while everybody's on and paying attention, if you want anything tonight, message Pamela Matheny Clift on Facebook Messenger to give her your name and address so that you can get your stuff. So that way, at this point, that's Debbie, Gina, Darlene, Robin, Teresa, and Cindy, and then Ellen's gonna do an attendance drawing before Pam comes back on for the leaders.
All right, awesome. What's it? Oh, I gotta do that.
You have to hear them.
Hey Siri, give me a number between 1 and 43. It's 26. All right, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, next page. Christina Moreau. Congratulations, Christina Moreau. Yay. So make sure to message Pam your address in Messenger and she will get that out to you. All right. So thank you everybody for joining us. I wanted to leave you with this because Eric got his boss sent him this calendar. So he keeps tearing off the days and putting them on my desk when he thinks they're good, like little quotes. But I thought this one was pretty good. It says, when you focus on the good gets better. And I loved that. I think it's so important in this business to really focus on the good, because we've all been, you know, in a situation, whether it's in Tupperware, your life, whatever. And, you know, they say what you focus on grows, right? So if you're focused on the bad, you're going to find more of the bad. But if you're focused on the good, you will find more of the good. And sometimes it's the smallest thing, and you have to grasp onto that small thing and it will multiply if that's what you're looking for. So just think about that in the next week and focus on the good, because it's going to get better. All right.
Are we just staying on this Zoom, Ellen?
Yeah. So leaders, stay on the Zoom. Everybody else, thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm sure that you'll be getting this information soon. All right.